Hey there, Juggies, it's your old pal McJuggerNuggets here. Welcome to the Juggies Powwow. Wow! Oh, had to go a little high pitch there, just for the throat. We have a very broad but deep as topic today, and that is all about change. And no, I'm not talking about that shit that you got in your piggy bank. I'm also not talking about Obama's big campaign word change. We're really gonna delve deep here and talk about it psychologically. Before we get into the powwow, I just want to say I'm feeling much better today, and once again, thank you guys for helping me get to this point. Also, I just need to be straight up with you guys. The powwow has always been for you. The powwow started almost a year ago today, and it all was because I was pissed off at a couple family members and friends because they weren't treating me with a certain type of respect that I wanted. So I vented to the camera and called it a powwow. I was hoping maybe through me venting we could discuss an important topic, flush it out, and you guys could get some advice out of it or learn something from me talking. Over the past year, we've had some great discussions, and just week after week, we've had some cool comments. You know, people actually talked about the topic. However, as we all know, the comments these days don't really pertain to literally anything that is going on in the videos. This ruins it for long-time Juggies and people who are genuinely interested in these topics. So, because these videos are for you guys and we're not really seeing the feedback quite as well, I need to know from you guys, because we're in this topic of change, I might change the powwow. We might end the Juggies Powwow. But maybe that's not something you guys want to see. Just let me know in the comments below, and if this video gets at least 10,000 likes, the powwows will survive. If not, something needs to change and we'll move on. But yeah, it just sucks to see that, you know, I want to help. I know people go through problems, and I'm hoping these discussions where, you know, you might not hear about it in your everyday life, or, you know, you got this hard exterior whether you're online or in person and you're just afraid to talk about these subjects. This should be the one safe place where you can air your troubles and talk with them about, to a YouTuber, instead of like your parents or some counselor or like therapist or even your friends, because it's awkward. You can talk about it in the comment section of the powwow and feel safe and secure, and it's a cool environment. But y'all fuckers ruin everything, so whatever. That brings us into change, how things change. Just like this channel has changed over the last year, I have changed over the last year. I remember I used to say that, no, people don't change, things don't change, but that was naive. That's a very naive thing to think. I think I was saying people don't change is I think I meant it fundamentally, and I do think fundamentally that we don't change, that we do have this kind of core that generally remains. As far as what that core consists of, I think, you know, we learn our morals, our general personality traits don't budge too much, and if they do, once again, it's a very gradual adaptation and change. But you know, when YouTubers say, oh, you guys changed my life, or when I tell you guys you changed my life, it's not so much that you just changed my life, which you obviously did. What I know I mean by it is, yeah, you changed my life, but you changed me. You changed me. And my whole entire environment, you changed my life to the point where, like, I am different now. I'm not the same person I was a year ago, I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago, and people influence that. You guys have influenced that. Every single person in your life will influence you one way or another, good, bad, indifferent, who knows. Last time I saw Juliet, before she left to California to go visit her friend, she asked me, this is when I was like super sick, and she was like, you know, do you feel like we're different now? You know, that we've changed? And, you know, she was talking more in a relationship, and as we talked about before in the relationship vlogs, that you kind of go through a honeymoon phase where everything, oh, you're just like enamored, you just tunnel vision, you know, love blind, like, oh, this person's everything. And then the honeymoon phases, and then you start to realize, like, okay, this is who you're with, and then fights may happen, and there's a kind of a vying for control. So she asked if we changed, and I was like, yeah, we definitely did. Of course we did. I mean, our relationship is so much different than what it was almost like 2 years ago, because we're also individually different. And she asked me why, so we proceeded to talk about it for like a good 30 minutes. We got really deep. The thing is like why we're so different is because we've had so many little things impact us. Like in the last 2 years, I've had, you know, my brain injury. I've had the family-ish going on. I've had my YouTube take off. I've been to a lot more places. I've been out of the country. I went to Europe, and I was in Cali a couple times for the first time, a place I've always wanted to visit. I graduated college. All these things kind of changed me. They influence you. It's like, it's almost like a video game in a way where like you'll gain XP, get that experience, and your character at level 10, trust me, is completely different than how he was at level 5. And you pick up these different traits along the way. I know with just like with Fallout I was playing, yeah, you'll level up, you'll complete quests, gain XP, you'll get new armor, new external kind of changes. You might look a little different too. And you also pick different traits to add on to your character. Like you could pick the Swift Learner trait so you get more XP faster. And that's a lot like life. And I told Juliet, I was like, it's just like, you know, we might fight one point and we remember that fight. You know, humans are very adaptable. We are adaptable beings, and it's like when we have these just little stimuli, they'll affect us. It's impossible for them not to. That's just how we grow. And as we grow, as we have these experiences with people and things and just general life stuff, it affects us. Some things, yes, obviously they affect us negatively. There's a bad change. Like when I got the brain injury, I was very much changed and shook to the core after that. But if you're good at adapting, which I think video games have helped my brain get to this point. If you're good at adapting, you can overcome shit a lot better. Now, as we go through life and we get these changes, we might grow out of people. We might change so much that our friends groups change, that our relationships change in general, and just even our interests, our tastes. And I think the most important thing is as these things change, I think we kind of want to fight the change, because it's like, wait, you know, this is something I've loved my whole life. Why would I do away with this? Why am I not interested in it anymore? Why do I not love this person anymore? Why do I not want to watch this show or play this game? Why don't I want to play games at all anymore? What's happening to me? What's happening is the change, and you can't fight it. If you try to fight it, you will lose. You're fighting a losing battle. What's important is that you embrace the change and kind of go with the flow. You just can't fight it, guys. You gotta embrace it. I think a lot of us like to live in the past. I know definitely at this age it's fun to live in the past because it was so good. I think everyone loves their childhood, generally speaking. I mean, you were kind of ignorant, and ignorance is bliss, and that's well and good. So you want to go back to that naturally. But it's important to keep moving forward, or else you're stagnant and you'll become a piece of shit. There's no going back. There's just moving forward, and change is an inevitable part of that forward momentum. So my advice to you guys, and something I struggle with too, is I love the nostalgia factor, and it's good for a nostalgia trip. It's just important to remember that nostalgia is exactly that. It will never be what it once was. And if you can kind of get over that fact and just, okay, you get your taste, that's fine, but then keep moving forward, and as long as you keep moving forward, I think you'll be happy. Some changes hurt. It might hurt to say goodbye to some people or stop doing certain things, and people might get confused. That's when people would say to you, wow, Jesse, or so-and-so, you've changed, man. And they'll almost say it like it's a bad thing, because honestly, change scares them too. What happened to you? You used to be so blah blah blah, or you used to do this. What happened to you? And, well, some people say, I grew up. Nah, it's not so much you grew up, it's so much as you changed. You adapted because of experiences in your life, and there's nothing wrong with that. So as me and Juliet talked about this, I reassured her. I was like, hey, don't compare us now to us in the past, because it was a totally different relationship then. We were two totally different people. We are who we are right now, and we'll be different probably like 6 months from now. And it's just important that we own each other where we're at right now in our heads and our lives, and then we'll be solid. What becomes a problem is if we don't self-reflect now, know who we are in this time period, and we still think of ourselves as an ourself from the past, then it gets a little trippy. I swear I didn't have any painkillers today. Change can sometimes suck, but once again, that's only if you're thinking in the past, comparing to the past. For example, I miss when I used to be able to eat whatever the f I wanted. I could put down a whole bag of spicy nacho Doritos and love my life. Would I love to do that right now? Yes and no. What I miss is the times of the innocent ignorance. I could eat whatever I wanted. I wouldn't eat it right now because I know I'd feel sick as hell and I'd put on weight. So that would be a change that's good and bad. It's just like things become different. You become more aware, and I also miss the times where I could game like 12 hours a day and it was okay. Would I love to go back to that? Yes. Fact of the matter is I can't. And if I was to fight that change, I would have some problems with it. I'd start to feel uncomfortable gaming for that long period of time, and it would be ugly. So it's interesting. It's very important to look inside yourself and notice these changes, and if you do that, I think you'll be better off and can know how to make yourself happy. And it's crazy to look back, say, at yourself 1 year ago and to see how much you've changed and adapted to stuff that happens in your life. You might have something really traumatic change you. You might have something really amazing change your life, like you guys changed mine. And that's a good end note. Alright, Juggies. So, once again, this could be the last powwow. It kind of hurts me to say that. I do enjoy these, and I've gotten so many messages of people saying it's helped them, but I just need to be reminded. So don't forget to subscribe for more content. Tune in to my links in the description. Let me know in the comments. Get this video to 10,000 likes so we can keep the powwow alive. If you found this interesting, sound off in the comments, guys. I want to hear your thoughts on change. How have you changed? What did you find something in this video fascinating? Something you didn't know before, you learned it now, and it's changed you. That's just how like even the littlest of things can cause a great impact, a great change, and not just in one person, but in the whole world. Good stuff, Juggies. All right, I'll probably have a different vlog for you guys later tonight, something, and hopefully I'll stream Tuesday. As you can tell, I'm already feeling better. And the fact that I can give a ridiculous powwow such as this, that shows I'm working up in the brain. That's reassuring, and I can talk this long. Alright, Juggies, love you all to death, and don't forget to keep it rigid. And to those people who say, don't go change on me, don't ever change, that just means they like you, and generally they like your personality traits. Say that you're nice or you're funny. I think those things will remain. Other stuff can change that. Don't worry about it. Just do you guys. Just do you. I can't believe I said that.